that anything over $250,000 will need a 69% majority. I would love to see an AIP, and maybe I'm the person that has to do this. I would love to partner with somebody on an AIP where anything that's going to change, anything fundamental to the DAO needs a supermajority. Now, that being said, if that were the case, and then you put up those AIPs and they passed, I wouldn't have a problem with it if that's what the DAO wanted. Derek, I'll give you a chance to respond, and then we'll move on.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, your response is fine. It's just a different opinion. That's okay. I respect it. Always have. The thing is, I've said this before for a year now. Whales are never going to give up their control of the DAO. Horizon, which even though the announcement Spencer made yesterday is admirable, all things considered, I don't believe that them dropping out is going to change anything because it's only going to end up again with a transfer of power. Whether it's Mochaverse, whether it's BOTB, whether it's anybody, a transfer of power doesn't solve the problem. It's math. It's not very difficult math. It's math. If we don't change the voting system to a one-to-one where every community has a voice, nothing is going to change. A transfer of power doesn't change anything. People need to understand that.
Yeah,
But
Mocha Chief had he had a proposal that was kind of similar to one that went up a little while ago about giving a community wallet that was based on the unique votes of the rest of the DAO. And it matched the numbers of the Mochaverse DAO. And if I'm wrong, Mocha Chief, please correct me. But it gave something like 6 million votes to a community wallet where if the unique votes were for it, then the community wallet would vote for. If the unique votes were against it, the community wallet would vote against. Sometimes that would line up with Mochaverse and the bigger wallet. Sometimes it would be, in opposition of it. But I thought that was great. Now I was thinking
wasn't that
about
my
this.
AIP though that failed 2 weeks ago?
It was similar, yeah. You guys
Oh,
have
okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
some similar ideas, but um, I was thinking about this last night. You know how sometimes you go through like a dream scenario, and then I want to get to Big Bull. I don't want him to not be able to talk again because of my vociferousness. The way that this all changes is now that Yuga is more involved in the yes, I just got a message. Yes, kind of. Lord. Um, Now that Yuga's talking about ApeCoin, the way that this could change is if Yuga said, "Okay, we are going to help change the fundamental voting process of the DAO. We will use our giant freaking stake to push something forward that the community wants, and then they would outweigh any current wallet. They would make changes, and the changes that they would make would also ensure that they would just not be able to vote like that again." And I think that's the only way that you get this done, unless our friends at Animoca decide that they have too big of a wallet and they simply change the amount of votes. But that's not exactly what we're going to talk about today. But Big Bull, go ahead, and then we're going to get to Ape Express, and then I want to introduce the two AIP authors for this cycle.
Yeah, just quick clarification on what Spencer said, because I don't think some of you are quoting parts of it. What he did say was they're willing to delegate their ape. However, if there are times, like with all delegation, you can always override the delegation. So, it's surprising how many people don't know that, right? When you delegate, you could be like, well, 95% of things I'm quite happy to let the values of that community delegate. Maybe there's one particular topic you disagree with that community, and you can choose to take control of that vote. And that's what Spencer said. I think it's a very good way to have more growth. I think that part of this is about expanding this, to get into hundreds of functional and active delegations. And that's what we're trying to achieve here, right? And so, it's very easy to point out a problem, but if you augmentatively improve things, which is what we're trying to do here, I believe that those some of these problems will become less.
Thank you very much, Big Bull. Let's go around quickly to Coco and then Ape Whale. I see James has joined us as well, which I'm happy about. Anytime I'm getting major thumbs down and laughing emojis, I want that person up on stage to voice their opinion as well. Coco, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so like what just because I'm not like too versed in it, like what are the biggest delegations that there are right now?
Currently, the biggest delegations and blocks of voters, you've got Mochaverse with about 6 million.
Hmm.
You have a voter who goes by Viz that has about 3.2 million personally, but then also, I believe, controls another 1.8 million wallet from Bendow. I think that is correct.
Okay.
You do have Mochaverse, which, sorry, Horizon Labs, which has changed. They used to have 6 7 million. The last time I checked, they were in the 2 million range. Then you get into Mega Codas, which has a bit over a million. So Real Guild, a bit over a million. Um, delegations like that, and certainly there are great regional delegations, as we mentioned before.
Hmm.
Board Yacht Club Japan, Board Club Canada, French, is it the French Ape Yacht Club, I believe, UK Ape Yacht Club, coming in at several hundred thousand. Bulls on the Block, 300,000 or so. I mean, I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but and and and
Boring security, 700,000 now.
oh
Apes
wow,
Plus, about
wow.
500,000 now in Apes Plus. So the delegation accelerator has grown to 1.75
So
million
what
now
what
in
exactly is
voters
the
now.
like how does the what is the main like thesis behind the delegation accelerator? Like just so I because I'm completely
So
out of the loop, bro. Like I want to like get my head
okay,
around it. Like
I'll try and say
yeah,
it in
yeah,
under a minute.
yeah.
Um, there was concerns about concentration of power or not enough active functional delegations, and so there's been large AIPs that have gone up, didn't go through. NFD came up with this idea of maybe we need to look at how we can incentivize delegations, and so we took this forward within the GWG, and we've created multiple phases. So phase zero is the like the initial phase to get them set up, get them the wallets, figuring out the right
Mm,
tools to do it,
gotcha.
and then we have phase one, which is that we have about 175,000 ape, which we've delegated 150,000 out, and we're getting about 8x ratio of how much we've given to them to start and how much delegating power they have.
Uh-huh.
And then, we're looking to expand that now into a phase two, which would include the large delegations, as well as one thing we haven't started, but we are working on, is to look at AI delegations based on your values. So that's a controversial one that we're going to have to see what people think about. That's a whole space just on that one topic. So I don't want to go down that tangent, but that's what we're doing. And I'll send you the website link, and you can see all the details, and we can follow up.
Okay, cool. So Aaron, so you basically what you're saying is the largest delegations like are somewhere around like between like obviously Mocha versus 6 million, you said, and then the
Yep.
rest are between like 500,000 and like 2 million. Is that what you
Well,
said?
I mean,
That's one
Viz
1.3, I'd say,
Viz is
because Viz isn't really a
substantial.
delegation.
Really?
No, no, but
But
that's
is
no, no, but sorry, Big Bill. That's my point. Is that you know, yes, technically you're correct that Viz is not a delegation, but Viz is still a big voter. So we're not just
Gotcha.
concentrating, even though it's called Delegate This, we are
Mhm.
concentrating on really all the delegations, all the voters that can help swing these votes. And for the people that have, 100 ape coin or 1,000 ape coin, it is not like you can't participate in this program either. We want to get feedback from you in these
Yeah.
spaces. Maybe one of your ideas will be an idea that helps turn the tide in an AIP. But yes, we are going to concentrate on some of the larger voters because ultimately those are the ones that are going to get these things passed or not passed. Does that answer your question, Coco?
Yeah, I'm just running some numbers in my head. Okay.
Good,
All
good.
right, thanks.
And listen, my function in APU is to know about the delegations, to know about the politics of the delegations, because believe me, there are a tremendous amount of them. There are internal politics in certain delegations or external politics. If anybody has any questions about delegations, about starting a delegation, Coco, about who to delegate to, etc., I am happy to give advice, which you can take or not take, but I'm always open to talking with you. I want to go to Ape Whale and then to James, and then we're going to start to wrap things up. And again, I've got Crypto Sheep and Lore Lord up here, who are going to be our first two AIP authors who've been waiting patiently for an hour. So we're going to get to you guys in a second. Ape, well, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give you guys props. I love this Delegate This idea, and I love how everyone's coming together to discuss AIPs and everything and trying to push things forward. I also wanted to introduce the Mutant Cartel Emissary Delegation, which myself and Kodiaks formed earlier this year, and we are part of the GWG Accelerator Program. And we have a space coming up tomorrow, Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to try to learn more about the AIPs, and we've invited some of the authors. So I wanted to pitch that and just let everybody know
Love
that
it.
Mutant Cartel Emissary is here. We love what you guys are doing, and keep it up.
I love it. That's great. And that's one of the things I love so much about Bulls on the Block is that they have a weekly space Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. God damn it, you guys, 7 a.m. on Saturday mornings. But they really go through all the AIPs, and not just the APs and ApeCoin DAO, by the way, but other DAOs as well. But they make sure that their voters have access to the information, to the AIP authors who are always invited to come and speak on the space. It's one of the reasons why I personally delegate about between 9 and 10,000 ApeCoin to the Bulls on the Block delegation, because I think they're so committed to making sure that AIP authors' voices are heard and that their delegation is educated in in their vote making decisions. James, go ahead, and then we're going to introduce the AIP authors for the first cycle, give away 58 coin, and then get out of here.
GM guys, just want to say like great initiative. Like episode 1 is always great to see, and hope you all enjoy like the session. I think a lot of valuable informations I hope to come. And I think about that topic, like Derek said, about all that power in the DAO and influencing and who has the power or who's shifting to which wallets. I think mainly, to be honest, it's the same story since now like 2 years. And not that I like capitulated, but it's a certain way of, okay, like fuck it, we have to accept it in some way that there are these big delegations. I mean, they founded the DAO, and I'm always also thinking that without their support, like from Yuga Labs, from Horizon, from Animoca brands, finally, I think the DAO wouldn't be like, for ApeCoin especially, it wouldn't be like better. Not to say it's like bad or they are like healing everything, but I think they really also always and everywhere on every event are hiring the view or simply the knowledge about ApeCoin. I see it on every event. If it's about Open Campus, if it's Mochaverse, now we have Limpo DAO freshly created 2 weeks ago, which will maybe engage in the ApeCoin DAO with votings. At the end, these partners are strong companies. And the outreach and the promotion and the publicity they give us basically at the end for free on top. Of course, they're using it for their business and their business models and their products and maybe settle on our chain. But at the end, it's all positive stuff. The negative stuff with influence on the DAO and voting for their own projects, maybe it is something that we had to expect. It's now, I think, a bit better with the barrier of the amount of ApeCoin you can raise without the high majority. So let's see how that develops. But I think also if you look to the time frame and how much funds are still in the DAO and what is to come, I think we really have to shift more the focus to help the DAO, to develop the DAO, and to use the given tools and not always criticize the same things over 2 years, bringing the same ideas as AIPs over the same years. If I see Derek here, it's like a good example. He's like doing that for 2 years, but spending his energy, in my view, way too much against or to change the things. I know his passion, I know his view, I know the background why he wanna does it, and it's a big honor to him. But I think if we have people like him engaging the DAO for the positive things and develop the things together, I think it would be much more appreciated and much more successful, I think, at the end. And also maybe for the own soul, it's maybe a bit better.
Okay.
But just want to thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Ernest, for the engagement. Big Bull, always happy to see that, projects which are planned coming to life, and happy to see how it
Who knows?
develops.
Maybe we'll expand into an every week space where one week we talk about the AIPs and the voting, and the other week we talk about all things DAO. Maybe we'll do that just so we can get it all out. But for today, we're going to start wrapping things up. And before we do that, I do want to introduce the first two AIP authors who have graciously agreed to be the first Delegate This AIP authors. Now, over the next 2 weeks, and over the next couple of days, we are going to be getting all the delegations who are involved a link to those AIPs, although they are findable in the forum. But we will make it easy for you, get you those links, and then also get you the link for your delegation's questionnaire. I'm making it sound more fancy. It's not going to say your delegation on it, but we'll get you the link for the questionnaire. Please fill it out once you have really gone through the AIP. Now, if you are a delegation who's a singular voter that is representing a whole bunch of different voters, then sure, then just go for it. If you are a delegation that has multiple votes in it, such as Bulls on the Block, etc., then maybe talk to as many of the voters as possible. Who knows? Maybe even set up an internal snapshot early, almost like a temperature check, to see if if your delegation would support it. This program also is going to evolve, right? So it's just beginning now. I want to get your ideas. I want to get your criticisms, your ideas on how we can change things, make them better, etc. So please always feel free to reach out. The program will certainly be better as it goes on than it is today, but that's how we're starting things. Now, first off, I want to start with Lord. And first of all, thank you for being patient, you guys. Uh, Lord is well known in the space. He makes unbelievable videos. He's done it for the GWG and ApeCoin DAO. He made one for me for my political campaign. He's done it for a bunch of AIPs and candidates, etc. I think they're funny. I think they're exciting. They're great. And Lord, give us like the 90-second pitch about what people could expect, what the delegations can expect when they read your AIP.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Thank you so much for having me. This AIP is to get 60 Lord videos at no out-of-pocket cost for MBAs, AIP authors, 8chain developers, Mocha community members, and thanks to Big Bull, we are now including videos for delegates. That's 12 videos each. 12 videos for MBAs to promote their product, 12 videos for AIP authors to explain the proposals, 12 videos for 8chain developers to onboard new users, 12 videos to highlight Mocha community efforts, and 12 videos for delegates to educate people on how to get involved and grow their delegations. If you haven't already, please go review my AIP in the idea phase. I look forward to any input, tips, tricks, suggestions, feedback. Thank you for your time.
Oh shit. That was maybe I should have had you go second.
That was
I mean,
great.
yeah, that was pretty good, Ernest. I mean,
Lord is just the best. It's simply the best.
You got my vote.
there you go.
You know, I got the great prize to say the first ever video he did was my one when I was going for the
Hey.
elections. So yeah, so it's and he's just been such a force in the community, and you know they're really succinct, to the point, funny, but also informative, which is a hard challenge to do.
And Lord is I have full disclosure in the what is it, the APU Accelerator program. I have been working with him as a coach. So full disclosure there, but I also like Lord and requested him. So there you go. And Lord, what is the ask on those on your AIP?
Much less than the 100 million or so that was requested. I'm only looking for 75,000 to do 60 videos that give or take should take about 30 weeks. Would like to drop 2 videos a week over the course of 30 weeks.
Yeah, great. I think you should ask for more money, but okay.
Well, I'm curious to get the delegates' reception on that. You know what I mean? It's that's always the pain point for AIP authors is, am I selling myself short here? Is what that is. And so, yeah, I'm open to hearing that, and I thank you for that feedback.
Wouldn't that be crazy if, like, during one of the Delegate this cycles, like millions of voters worth of millions of votes worth of delegations are like, we'll vote for it, but only if you double your ask. That would be unexpected. Okay, we want to go.
I'll give a really quick feedback for this
Yeah.
one. Really quick. If you want to think about your budget, maybe think about adding a part for the marketing, because I see lots of AIPs that go out for content, but then I go and check out how much views they are, and some people have got like $100,000 from it before, and you need like 2,000 people on the channel, right? So I think that great content, but there's nothing wrong with putting a component in there to actually be like, I'm going to put it so these things aren't just, yes, viral, but viral plus, right? I think that simply, I spend 75K, maybe a lot of people watch it. I spend 100K, and I know it's going to get like, X number of approximate views, right?
Fantastic. Thank you, Big Bull. And let's go to Crypto Sheep. Crypto Sheep, this is an AIP, which, again, I'm going to break my arm, patting myself on the back, where you were talking about this project you were doing in the Bulls on the Block space. And I was like, holy shit, why isn't this an AIP? This is amazing. And now it is an AIP, and I'm happy to have it as part of the Delegate This program. 90-second elevator pitch. Go ahead. Oh, Crypto Sheep.
Yeah, I was waiting 1.5 hours, so 1 second is not so bad.
Okay,
I
go
cannot
ahead.
upload Lord, right? So
No.
what we try to do with board statues, I think most of the people in the room already saw the 3D dogs, right? So we have the kennel dogs. We can make them 3D, and we can make them transform into live premium collectibles. We are already doing this since 2021, mid 2021. We successfully made 1,000 smaller premium collectibles, and now we're expanding into new IP, such as the Board Kennel Club. That would be also the AIP. So we will create a platform that can actually transfer digital assets into high quality physical collectibles, right? So what we do, we will start with the Board Ape Kennel Club. We have created all the 3D models already fully rigged and playable, for example. That's another one, but we are focusing with this AIP on the additive manufacturing technology, so 3D printing, and we will start with IP Board Ape Kennel Club. And what we are also doing, because I'm from Europe, I have been partnering up with USA partners like Gentle Giant Studios. Gentle Giant Studios are known for their high quality collectibles in Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Walking Dead, and they are also on board with that kind of production. From the production strategy, we are also having an advisor on board. Its name is Andy Kaimach, and he's a formerly president of VTech Electronics North America and formerly president of the Toy Association. So that's a little bit the scope of people on board, but we try to ask the community if they want it, right? So the global figurine market is $7.2 billion. So $7.2 billion global figurine market. It's just incredible. And we try to capture 0.01%, so that will equal to around 1 million in revenue by creating a platform for IP-backed collectibles. And of course, the culture on IP will be very important to represent. So that's why we start with the Board Kennel Club. Later, we will introduce the BYC bust. And of course, we can build a platform in such a way that every 10,000 PFP collection can be integrated into the platform to also create those one-offs, one-of-a-kind statues.
All right, fantastic. And I believe you posted up top, showing people what the 3D models look like. You sent me mine a bunch of months ago when we were talking about it, and they're great. and one of the things I love about it is, I'm a big collector of figurines, aka action figures, etc. I've got some Web3 ones. I've got a lot of superhero stuff. I'm a big comic book nerd. I love the idea of having a 3D printed, professional looking vinyl or plastic, whatever it is, of my doggo. I love it. And I love the fact that you've added some other collections potentially that are part of the DAO. So, you know, yay, yay. Yay! But it'll be up for the delegates this cycle to read your AIP, which I believe, is it up yet, or is it still waiting approval on the idea forum?
We're waiting for approval, and it will be, of course, resin printed. We work with ProRox.
Ah,
People that know the printers, it's like a print is $500,000 and around that price. Pre-Rox 950, a Projet MGP 2500, Mimaki printers, iPro printers, like fully professional, and also the post production is very important that we make sure everything is very properly being ensured, and also globally with partners, so we can produce in UA, Asian, and Europe and USA. That is very
love it.
important to do.
Love it, love it. Okay. So once again, if you are part of a delegation, even if you're not the head of your delegation, but you want your delegation to get involved and delegate this from the GWG from ApeCoin DAO, hit me up. DM me. Let's get your delegation involved. Before we go, I do want to give a shout out to a bunch of amazing people in the crowd. Sarah from the Board Ape Yacht Club Council, and there's Phil from Board Media, and Natalie Crew, who is the queen of DAOs. She knows so much about DAOs, and we're happy that she's part of ApeCoin DAO. And I see Max and my friend Mocha Chief from, we're really from all over the place, but from, Mocha. There's Hoarder, NFT Hoarder, who is putting up the Creator House in Lisbon. We are doing our joint comedy event, which was an AIP, by the way, AIP 346, to put up comedy events. And we're doing that with Welcome Apes on Thursday, October 17th. All the tickets are gone right now, but we hope to see you there. I see G is Us, who has spent a considerable amount of time each week going over AIPs and DAO things. So make sure you check out his space. And there's Megan from Open Campus, and I always get confused between Open Campus and New Campus. I have to, but there for the Ape U and all that, and Cuban for Bulls on the Block, and so many apes like Chief Poncho or Chef Poncho, excuse me, and Board Osaka, and there's Yua Yato from the Board Ape Yacht Club Japan community, and Wood from Board Club Canada, I mean, there's Adventurous Ape and Money, who's part of another delegation, and screenwriter and Mr. Hype, and the list goes on and on and on. I'm sorry if I didn't name you, but too many amazing people. I hope you all keep coming back. Now, Ernest, we did promise to give 50 Ape Coin away, and I don't know if I'm always going to have it be like a hey, do this thing. I think sometimes I'm just going to reward excellent promptness and behavior. And so today I am giving it to DYOR. I don't know how to say this person's name. Dr. JDR, who goes by DYOR JDR, because they're the first person to have commented on the official GWG commentary post that we put out. And they wrote at Aaron Haber as a delegate, as a delegation. I hope you all can see this too, not just me, because he tagged me. We need ape staked on platforms other than apestake.io, official platform, to be usable as voting power. That is the case with some of them, which is not the case today. It is the case with some of them. But anyway, I don't know if next week I'm going to make it the first person that tweets out the space or reposts it or something, but this week I am. Big Bill, did you want to add?
Oh yeah, just he's from the French Ape Yacht Club,
Oh,
and what's very interesting about them, I didn't know this before, but I thought it was BOTB, but it's not. It's the French Ape Yacht Club was the first delegation to actually set it up with safe wallets, which means that it's really easy to transfer to new people who will be in charge of it. So it makes it much more real thinking about longevity from a very early stage, and they've been around for a long, long time. And yeah, so I'm really happy that they've got this. And yeah, that's all. A little factoid.
all right, fantastic. So congratulations to our friend from the French Ape Yacht Club. Hopefully we have them as a delegation. I think we do. And I will be sending 50 Ape Coin over. I'm asking for their wallet address right now. And folks, we'll be back in 2 weeks on September 25th. I think at the same time, although we may think about changing it because it does conflict with another DAO space I have learned. So we shall see. But keep following me, keep following the ApeCoin GWG, of course, Ernest and Big Bull, etc. And once again, we're going to get Ernest way more involved in the next one. But Ernest, thank you for being the co-host on this program. I do appreciate you.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry I wasn't so involved. I was listening intently, and as always, my DMs are open. So anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
And that is a big offer coming from Ernest, who once again has a Web3 consultancy or accountancy, I should say, Decrypted, who's doing Laughing Apes, taxes, etc., and also a lawyer in the space and owner of Combat Motorcycles. Big things coming from them, and I'll never ride a motorcycle. I'm too afraid, but boy, are they beautiful. Boy, are they absolutely beautiful. Again, a big thank you to the ApeCoin GWG and all the stewards and the teams, Big Bull, All City, D Smart, as well as Bojangle Guy, who has been sitting there patiently behind the ApeCoin account, and Shotgun Toby, of course. Thank you to Derek Smart and Ape Whale, Lord, Crypto Sheep, Coco, and everybody else who came up on stage. Boy, I appreciate all of you. Oh, there's All City in the audience right there. Thank you, All City. I appreciate all of you. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. If you have any questions or suggestions, reach out to me. Okay, until next time, for the ApeCoin GWG, delegate this. Okay, that's it. That's the ending.
What do you mean you're not going to let Lord have the last word?
Delegate this. Okay, Bojangle Guy, that's the cue.
Delegate
One more time,
this!
please.
Oh, that
There
was
you
good.
go.
That was really good. All right, bye, everybody.